Our next speaker is business owner Ryan Peterson.
I'll be 42 years old in August. I spent 25 years of my life in the corporate world, from flipping hamburgers at age 17 to the executive level management position in a software company at age 40. I spent 25 years paying my dues and working every day to make someone else rich. And don't get me wrong, I liked my job. I worked with great people and I gained great experience, but I never stopped dreaming of the day when I was able to strike out on my own and carve off my own piece of the American dream by owning my own business and doing something I was passionate about. Almost 3 years ago, I left the corporate world and opened a small retail gun shop here in San Diego called Gunfighter Tactical. We were cramped into a 600 square foot retail space on the backside of a dirty, rundown building on Miramar Road. And imagine trying to open a gun shop in your mom's basement, and that's pretty much what it was like. We referred to ourselves as the little gun shop that could, but we all knew there was a real possibility we couldn't. I was barely able to pay the rent, and I dreaded every payday because I was never really sure if we would actually make payroll. Today, however, we're a totally different company. After nearly 3 years of blood, sweat, tears, and a high degree of risk tolerance, we've graduated from our mom's basement to a new and beautiful 3,000 square foot location still on Miramar Road. We did only $133,000 of total revenue our first year in business. And just 2 years after that, I'm projecting we'll break $1 million in total sales for the first time this year. Our team has grown from 3 people to Thank you. Our team has grown from 3 people to 7 people, and we're open 7 days a week now instead of 5. Our Facebook community has grown from just a few hundred people to over 8,000 people, and we have over 100 5-star Yelp reviews for a perfect 5-star rating on Yelp. Today, our lowest paid employee is now making 50% more than our highest paid employee was when we first opened the business, because I believe the team should share in the company's success. We also announced late last year that we would expand to 2 additional locations in San Diego County by the end of next year. And that's how it's supposed to work, right? That is the American dream. That if you work hard and you work smart and you do right by those around you, then you get ahead. Isn't that the way it's supposed to work? Our little gun shop, our team of 7 people, the tax dollars we pay into the system, the new location, our awesome, loyal, growing customer base is proof that the system works. Or so we thought. So that guy agrees with me. Our growth over the last 2 years is proof that we have the right business model in the right business environment, and that what we're doing works, that our business is growing and growing strongly. And that's the way the system is supposed to work. At least that's what we thought. Because about 6 weeks ago, along came a spider named Jerry Brown and the one-party California state legislature who have put everything we've worked so hard to achieve at risk. Modern sporting rifles are 65% of our business, and ammunition is 25%. Criminalizing gun owners, criminalizing the modern sporting rifles, and passing a useless background check on ammunition makes the path forward for our business in California very difficult to see. We cannot confidently expand our business in this regulatory climate. Our plans to open 2 new locations have been permanently shelved. And that's 15 to 20 jobs and hundreds of thousands of tax dollars that will not be flowing into our community because of these laws and because of Prop 63. Our plans to open those 2 new locations have been permanently shelved and replaced with plans to open web-based operations that can be run from outside of California. I'm also holding off on hiring a new badly needed individual because I don't know if the business can support that after these laws take effect early next year. The vast majority of gun crime is perpetrated by a relatively small number of career criminals. And these laws are intentionally targeted at law-abiding gun owners. They are a completely unreasonable burden on the law-abiding, and I believe it is 100% by design. These laws are the perfect incumbent insurance. The political class wants us to be focused on the loss of our Second Amendment rights instead of their corruption, their incompetence, their inefficiency, and their wasteful debt spending. They want to blame law-abiding gun owners for their failure to secure our cities from criminals and terrorists. They want to drive deep wedges between California voters because they know a divided populace will not and cannot stand against them. These election year laws, their content and their timing, are not an accident. A recent Legg Mason study found that 55% of Americans no longer believe in the American dream. A separate American Values survey found nearly identical numbers. The American dream is in jeopardy precisely because of things like this. Entrepreneurs inherently know that no matter how hard they work, no matter how much blood and sweat and tears, no matter their tolerance for risk, our government can come along at any moment and snatch it all away from them with a stroke of a pen for their own selfish political purposes. And I'll tell you, that is not a California that any of us can believe in. Not the citizenry and not the business class either. We must stand together and tell them with one voice that we will not be pushed around by corrupt politicians, that we are not going to be their election year scarecrow, that we will not let them blur the lines between criminals and law-abiding gun owners, that we are not going to let them blame us for their failure to secure our streets and cities, and we are not going to let them steal our civil rights for their own political survival. We will vote no on Prop 63, and we will push back against these 7 laws that were recently targeted at peaceful and law-abiding citizens. So thank you to San Diego County gun owners for allowing me this opportunity to speak today. And thank you for your time. Thank you.
Without someone doing something about it, it's not going to get any better.